Hello, hi Taurians. I hope that you are beautiful and well, and welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and I'm a psychic, and this is your love horoscope for December 2021. And how I do this is that I intuit the information first from my spirit guides, and then I will pick some cards for extra clarification or additional messages also too in relation to your love life. So before I came on, I did have a consultation, as they say, with my spirit guides, and what they were showing me was so this is either you doing this, but it feels more like it's coming towards Taurians. You're going to get a really big offer from somebody. Mostly feels like a reconnection, I have to say, but regardless, if this is a new person, there is a big romantic offer coming towards you in the month of December. So for singles, it's all good, it's all great. I feel like with singles, the key aspects of what you'll be looking out for is, can they be trustworthy? Are there any red flags? Do they even smell like my ex in any bad way? You will be shrewd, you will be hawk-eyed, you will be seeing things a mile off. Like a lot of you who are highly intuitive as well, you're going to be trusting your gut. But intuitively, you'll be checking them out in every sense of the word, what star sign they are, checking out with your own tarot cards if they are, a certain way. You will be doing your thorough work, and that's because you don't want to be burnt again. You'd rather be single. That's how it's coming across. For those of you who have split up with a partner, husband, wife, basically, anybody you split up with, there is a reconnection, and that I have to be quite specific. Anybody you split up with this year, so this is not like last year or 10 years ago. This is recent in this year energy. And the offer is coming, and it's going to be up to you about whether you accept it or not. I am getting, and I had this with Libra's energy, I am getting, because my guys want to also say that there are some Taurians that will also be making the offering, also the other way around, to somebody as well. Anyway, back to you and what's happening to you and for you. Again, with those who are having somebody come back, it feels tricky because I feel like when it split up, there was some toxic behaviour. So the toxic behaviour was either third party, they had a smoking, drinking, gambling kind of issue, or they let work really heavily get in the way. I get more ego and money and materialistic things also too. All of those things individually were quite toxic, and there's a reason why it broke up, because that person was quite focused on the wrong things or damaging themselves, which was therefore damaging the relationship. And again, when they come back with their offer, you are completely using your intuition, looking for red flags, observing what they say, what they do. Do their words match their actions? You are going to be shrewd. If you decide to, have them back, you will be watching them. That's the energy that I get. Like it's the energy that I get is kind of like, but we'll see. That kind of energy. So you're almost accepting, but not fully with your heart. It's almost a, let's see what happens. Because I don't fully trust you. Or I don't fully trust that you're not going to mess up again, and I have to then put the pieces back together. But I do get, for a lot of you where you're considering this, they do represent happiness for you. They're one of your soulmates. They could be, and it has been good before, and they could work out again, and it could be long term, but they feel like they have had to break a cycle. And what you're observing and what you're looking out for is, have they really conquered that thing that caused the problem? Have they really conquered their gambling? Have they really conquered their addiction of whatever that was? Have they really not stopped seeing that person? Have they really told their family where to go? Whatever the situation is, there's very much this kind of energy of you seeing whether they have or not. What's being shown is two things, I'll be honest with you. The good is they will be trying. They will be trying their very best to show that their actions mean their words. They show to be generous in the way that they express themselves and their love, what they do tangibly. I feel very, very much though, and again, particularly for those who do have had an addiction of sorts, they're really trying to hold it in, because it is an addiction. So they're trying to control the little bubbling beast inside of them that is waiting for their hit, waiting for something to happen. So they may appear also different to you because they are trying to control themselves from not letting that happen. there could be a potential, depending on their star sign and their growth, that they won't be perfect. There could be slippage. But what I like is that they are trying really hard to hold the beast down. And that would also include those who had a temptation, a roving eye or a player kind of energy also too, that they also are trying to control themselves. Now, as I say that out loud, part of me is like, they should get therapy, because trying to control, and that's with all those incidents, trying to having to control it because and so hard that you're worried it's going to slip is good, and it's understandable because that's addictions. But if it's like player kind of energy, that's not an addiction of sorts. You know, I mean, people might argue with me about that, but it's free will. You're deciding that you want to collect trophies all the time because it makes you feel good about yourself. That person needs therapy to find out why that is. So do you see what I mean? So again, there is this element of possible slippage, but their intentions are, initially are actually really solid and really, really good. I am getting indications from spirit that they do come back better and different because they're letting go of that energy. There is much more balance. There's more give and take. There's not instead of take in the connection also too. And that they want to also be your support instead of it being the other way around where you were always their support all the time. They don't want that anymore. I also get that for those of you where there was like constant arguments over the same thing all the time, that stopped. They don't even want that either too. And half of that was about letting go of the past. I think they have to, because part of what's happened in these circumstances, they were the cause of the past, and so they're avoiding it. But particularly with arguments, they are definitely trying to knock that on the head. So I'm going to just shuffle some cards now after that kind of base message, just to see what else the cards want to say in relation to them and you and the circumstances that you need to know. No jumpers, which is a good thing because it means smooth running in my eyes. Basically, how do I put this? Because there's different scenarios. If you don't take them back, there's karma for them. They will learn. Do you see how, and I've said this in another reading, this tarot deck is slightly different from others because usually the Justice card is just the person in the middle by themselves. But can you see there's like a king and a pauper, both begging, both equal, doesn't matter their status. So what that's showing is balance is coming and being restored. And whatever the status was before, neither one of you are superior than the other. And that person is recognizing now, maybe they thought they were the king or the queen, they're recognizing they're equal to you. And so they have to kneel before justice. They have to both do it at the same time. Nobody gets fair treatment. But overall, this is about balance being restored. Again, in the connection, they give as equal as you do, and not so if you're worried by taking them back that you'll end up be drained and be their support system, particularly if they had an addiction and it was draining your finances, or it was whatever, draining your emotions, or whatever it was taking from a toll on you or the impact on you, won't be the case. One, because they're trying to have it under control, but also because they are, where their mind is now more focused in the relationship, they can add to the relationship instead of being selfish or taking it. Again, though, no, actually I want to take this one positive, because I was going to say something negative, but my guide said no. This is representation again of a new beginning. Death card can mean endings. It definitely always is a new beginning, but they're saying heavily again, this is more around an opportunity for reconnection, new beginnings also too. This is indicated as you, and also for those where there was a third party, an actual person, in order for your person to come back to you, that person had to be let go of, and they are crying over spilt milk, is the word to use, or maybe looking to see how they can get that back. And again, that third person doesn't have to be romantic. It could be maybe that, you've had a toxic mother-in-law or something like that, and they're looking to see how they can re-establish things. It's a bit of a warning, because that person's energy hasn't quite let go of your person's. When it comes to you, though, you're going to also be, again, this is more watching energy on your side. Is that person filling your cups? And if you think that for 1 second that they're just all empty, that they're not giving into it, then again, you'll walk off. See the person in the background? You'll just walk off. And then you'll leave your person thinking, oh my God, I've lost everything. There's not a drop of hope left. Deep stuff. Ultimately, you're going to get your wish. This for me is the wish card. For those of you who want a reconnection with your ex, or again, if you're single and you're looking for a new relationship, you're going to get your wish. But this is more specific for those who are, somebody's coming back, you'll get your wish. But also, this is again a slightly different card. You see how this person's now enjoying their food, but they're kind of doing it by themselves. There's an element where you won't be codependent on this person anymore. There are things that you will now do for yourself that you won't expect. But do you see the little boy that's in the picture? That will be your person serving you. That sounds really bad when I say it like that, but it's like they will be more in service to you than they was before. They'll be more giving to you, might be the more nicer way of putting it. Does that make sense? All looking relatively positive. Again, this card means many different things for me, but as I was looking at it, my guys just said quite loudly, yeah, they'll jump over mountains for you. They'll jump over the Sphinx for you. Basically, they'll jump through hoops. This card doesn't necessarily mean that, but because I'm reading this with my guides in the back of my head, that's pretty much what they're saying. Which is a positive sign. And a nice way for you to start the new year. Should that energy be in December, that's how it's looking. It's looking like it's more sooner in December. I'm not really getting a later kind of energy about it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and look in the extended about whether this lasts or not, whether there's anything else you need to know, especially about the third party. Is that a problem or not? And so that you can have food for thought about whether you decide to take this person back. Because like I said, there was the karma justice card that we had earlier. If you don't decide to take them back, then they will learn karma from it. There will be growth from the situation. So if you want to see that extended, the link is just down below, as well as all the links to my services as well. If you like this, do like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you get these videos all the time. Take care.